Hello, my lovelies. So, I had the first real test tonight of emotional eating urges, and I didn't quite pass and didn't quite fail. I'm still kind of in between, and the jury's still out. So, my baby niece is not a baby anymore. She's 19, and she's the world to me. And she moved to Florida in April, which was the best life decision for her. And she was in a really bad car accident tonight. And she's okay-ish. She's released, but she has some broken bones, and she took a pretty good hit. And I was at work when I found out, and we didn't have a lot of information at first. She's an adult now, so things can't be released like they could when she was a kid. And I alternated between this horrible worry and just angry, give me the freaking information kind of you just, oh god. I can't imagine what her parents were dealing with because her dad's here in Cincinnati with me and her mom's in Florida. And in the waiting room, not being given any information at all. And it's just, we're just eggshells, and it sucks. But it's part of her growing up being an adult. And we did finally, of course, get all the good information, and that's she's alive and semi well. She's got a road ahead of her, but she's not dealing with any huge, major, life threatening or life changing issues other than a broken arm. And we could definitely be doing worse. There's lots of other stuff going on there, but meanwhile, and Riri's back here, wanting to eat an entire pizza, sitting here going from freaking out, like, in my mind to calm myself back and forth every 10-15 seconds. Like, literally, it would start, like, and then I would have to clamp down. I'm like, nope, no need for that. We don't know anything yet. Just calm down, and it was just a constant roller coaster. Doesn't help with the steroids that I'm on. And I kept thinking I wanted to eat a pizza. Like, I wanted to eat pizza, at least some pizza. And I did not have the calories left in my day to eat pizza. Maybe a piece of pizza, but not to the point yet where I'm ready to just eat one piece of pizza. I need at least two. Okay. And it needs to be good pizza. And it's 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday in Cincinnati, so I could have still gotten good pizza. But, financially, that would have been a little hard. I mean, all the things were against pizza, but I wanted pizza. And I struggled. I was like, I actually made a video sitting in the car, which didn't turn out well because of the lighting, and so I'm not going to share it. And I was really overwhelmed. But I I wanted to eat. I ended up eating the egg salad I'd gotten for dinner with my leftover Panera kettle chips to eat it with, and mainly because I didn't know yet how many calories were in club crackers I had grabbed, and I did know how many calories are in those kettle chips because I have a long history of saving those for later for my snacks. And I ate that, and I was like, okay, my stomach is saying that I don't need to eat anything else. My emotions are saying I need to eat anything I can get my hands on. And they're still saying that. Between the steroids and the emotional roller coaster, yes, my body wants to eat all of it. I had about 650 calories or so left for the day after my egg salad and chips, and I struggled with what I was going to do with those. Like, I felt like I had to spend those, calories. I started looking at, what could I get away with at Taco Bell? What could I get away with at Wendy's? Like, what's between here and home? Like, I wanted to eat. I didn't need to eat. I wanted to eat. And I recognized this, but those kinds of cravings are ridiculously hard to deal with. I mean, yes, we all have issues where, hi Ian, we all have issues where we have, wants for food versus needs for food, and especially when it comes to types of food. Like, yeah, I'm maybe starving, but do I really need mozzarella sticks and a double-decker hamburger? And no. And so it's kind of like you got all these different angles. It's an axis more than it is a straight line. When you're trying to figure out, it's not a spectrum. It's a gradient, and you got to figure out what end you're going to be on today. So I came home and I ate 650 calories of butter pecan ice cream and golden Oreos because that was still in the house. And that's what I was like, you know, I already have those programmed into my app. I already know what they are. Let me see what I can get away with. And I was like, that's going to be fine. So I came home and I ate a bunch of sugar, which now we dog. We got a dog. It's very persistent tonight because he wants his treats too. He has already had them. Got to work on that with him too. I have a very treat motivated dog. But I came home and I ate all of that sugar and I was like, okay, I'm calorically within my level. Calorically, I am within my level. My sodium was through the freaking roof today, and I don't even realize why yet. I haven't gone through and looked. I just saw the number and cringed. I'm cringing. And then my fat levels were definitely over today. But what pushed me over more than anything was my sugar. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I am going to need help. And I know that when I meet with my dietitian in a few weeks that that's the first thing I'm taking to her is I need help with my sugar intake. I wish I could have like a sucrose patch, like, you get nicotine patches when you quit smoking or whatever, but it doesn't work that way. So I just kind of have to work it through and see what I can do. I have something I'll probably share tomorrow that was a Facebook post I made a couple years ago, and it's on the urges to eat when you don't have to eat. And it was a very angry post when I made it. And we'll get more into that then. Tonight, though, I know there's some Laffy Taffy in my backpack still, and I'm struggling. I mean, it's 2 pieces. It's 40 calories worth. It's not like it's a huge thing. But, I mean, I've hit my limit. I don't think I have 40 calories left. It might be like over 20 calories or something. Like, I haven't put it all in the app yet. I just did what I did. And I'm sitting here thinking, that Laffy Taffy is right there. And I could really use some gummy bears. Like, some gummy bears would be really good right now. But I can't just get like a few gummy bears. They come in a big bag with 5, 6, 7, 8 servings in them, and you're like, oh, I had 3 gummy bears, and that's a serving, and that's 80 calories, and oh, ouch. I was really upset when I saw how many calories are actually in gummy bears. I'm very upset. But you don't want the sugar-free gummy bears. And some of you are probably laughing right now thinking about it. And I don't have time to explain. Just look up Amazon reviews sugar-free gummy bears. And, get ready to laugh. At least, if you have potty humor. Because it's hilarious. But I want my sugar. I want it really badly. And, I mean, I guess I want it because more than anything, I just want to be like, hug my niece. I can't hug my niece, so can I hug a gummy bear instead? Apparently doesn't work that way. Definitely not the same thing. So, I will probably at some point give in to at least one of these Laffy Taffies. Because I'm still feeling like I'm coming down from an emotional roller coaster. But, all in all, I think what I ate today wasn't good. The amount of it that I ate was. And that's a big difference. Because I could be sitting here right now clearing out the rest of those Oreos, let me tell you. But the Oreos are locked in a drawer. I literally had to lock them. My nightstand right now is my filing cabinet. Goes with my desk. And they're locked in the drawer. with the doggy treats because the dog is getting sneaky. So yeah. But that's the first real challenge, because one of the big things that we're going to have to prove by the time I have the surgery and then work on continuously afterwards is emotional eating. And how do you not backslide? How do you not give in to your emotional urge to eat? Because you don't have a stomach anymore after the surgery to hold all of that, and it's gonna do damage. So how do you control that? Because the more and more that you give in, or it stretches your sleeve, and the more you hold again, and you don't take off as much weight, you don't put on, or you put on weight again. So that's why they say 30% of the people who have the surgery fail, because you can stretch yourself back out, and it's not as hard as it sounds. So that's going to be a continuous issue with me, and we'll get into more of it tomorrow. But that's all for tonight. Just you're the praying kind. Pray for my niece. Otherwise, send her hugs, and maybe a couple for me too, and the Laffy Taffy. Good night.